everyone, I'm Nikki Haverstock. I'm a self-published author with, I think today, it's 15 books up on Amazon. They're all cozy mysteries, contemporary cozy mysteries, paranormal cozy mysteries with a witch, and one sci-fi cozy mystery out in space. Today is just a writer's blog. I'm just catching people up, anyone who's interested. It's not going to have a ton of information. Just a real quick video because I haven't posted videos in a few weeks. I am taking a very high level archery coaching course. Super intense. It's normally a week, like 10-hour days. And so they had to go transition to virtual like everyone else on earth. And the workload has been super intense. And every day at 2 o'clock, almost every day of the week, for weeks, I've had online classes. And that is my best writing time, is the afternoon. So that's really disrupted my writing, it's disrupted my videos, my whole life, but I have 1 week left and then I'm done with that. I've been taking some other classes, I'm doing some other things, I've got a lot on my plate, and so I haven't done the videos, but I'm going to get back to once a week. I'm actually planning a second video for later on in this week. I used to just do videos kind of whenever I really felt inspired by a topic, and then I stopped getting inspired. So but I wanted to tell you because today is a release of the 6th book in my Casino Witch series, which is a paranormal cozy mystery, which means it's like Buffy meets Murder, She Wrote. So, or Sabrina meets the original Sabrina with like the animatronic cat that was kind of goofy. Sabrina meets Murder, She Wrote, and so she discovers she's a mage. She's in a fictional town called Rambler, which is like the mage's version of Las Vegas, but a little smaller. She doesn't realize that she's a mage, as I call them in there in the series, but essentially a witch. She has magical powers. Her dad was murdered under circumstances. She gets brought in, discovers she's a witch, gets a familiar, whole thing, black cat familiar. Anyway, this is the 6th book in the series. It's my most popular book. I'm doing a soft release or a soft launch. That I'm going to do a big promo push. That's where I'm going to do my video on later on in the week, which is what is a soft release. Not every release has to be huge, super expensive, especially not right now. Right now, if you're not aware, once traditional school starts, sales tend to dip down through the holidays for most genres, not every genre. If you write books that are primarily given as gifts, then Christmas season is really good for you. If it's a book that's primarily paperback, like I said, given as good, a lot of people do well with those. My books tend to be bought by people to be read for themselves. As you go through Halloween, election cycle, Canadian and American Thanksgiving, and Hanukkah and Christmas, all the way up to New Year's, what happens is people tend not to spend as much money on their own things and not have as much time, especially my readership, which tends to skew slightly towards older women. They tend to be really busy. So usually you'll see summer, you'll kind of trickle off, and then you'll see a big bump when kids go back to school, which didn't really happen this year for about half of the population. Their kids stayed at home. So I didn't see that big bump. And then you see it trail off through Thanksgiving, through Halloween, Thanksgiving to Christmas, as people are saving money for family gifts and this. And literally Christmas Day, I'll see a big spike, which is when everybody goes, Mom, what do you want? Oh, I just wanted Amazon or book gift card. And then they get all the presents. They open up either their brand new Kindle or redeem and they start buying books right away. And my sales start going up December 25th, 26th. And then they'll do pretty well through winter, and a traditional winter, and then they'll start, as people can get back outside, it'll go down. That is a traditional book cycle for me. Point being, now is not a great time, and with the American election still not being done, several weeks in many people's minds, not being done, there's still people are really consumed with watching the news, with coronavirus. They're really concerned with, keeping up on things. People aren't. So anyway, the point is this is not a traditional year, so I decided to do a very soft launch, which means I'll explain the video, and I'll do something in January when hopefully things are starting to get back to normal. But the biggest reason a lot of people were like, oh, well, if your books don't sell well in November, which they don't because I've released books in November repeatedly, then just wait till January. But I don't want to wait till January. Because this book, the last book in the series, the previous book in the series was like 14 months ago. My readers are really eager for this book to come out. What happens is readers start to go, oh, well, maybe she's done with this series, and they sort of mentally divorce themselves from that series. Their heart kind of goes, it's like being ghosted by a friend, and then you discover your friend, was sick or something. You go, oh, I had no idea. Anyway, the point is, I want to get it to those people who've been very patiently waiting. And I was starting to get the emails like, oh, did you cancel this series? And it's like, no, I'm just really struggling to write, and got derailed and had some pretty bad block/burnout, however you want to look at it. So anyways, I released my book today. I'm really excited. I have been antsy for a few days waiting for it to release. I had it on pre-order last week, and then a lot of my readers will get it through KU, so I'll slowly watch, sales in KU, and then a lot of my readers will just pick it up when they're ready to read it. So they won't buy it today. So I'll have sales in a couple weeks. I'll have it every time my newsletter goes out. I'll have it, when somebody finishes up a series, they go, okay, it's time to go catch up on Ella and Patagonia and Matt and Mac and see how everybody's doing and all that. So I'm doing good. I'm still writing. I'm open to questions if people have specific questions. I am still intending, I had promised, sorry, I hit the tripod. I have promised that I would do a breakdown of some of my financials. I was hoping it would be super easy and I could find my taxes from that first year and I could just use those numbers, and of course I can't find it, and then I found out that half of my expense, anyway. So I do plan on doing that video, but I'm here, I'm writing, I haven't given up. I'm planning on doing videos. My next video I'm planning on doing is on what is a soft release or a soft launch. And how does that compare, and why did I pick that, and what are the options? Because there isn't one way to do it. There's everything has a cost to it and a benefit, and you have to figure out which cost benefit works for you, especially if you're tight on money, or if you're not tight on money. And if you really believe in the book and you think, if I just get this in front of 10,000 people, they'll love it, or whether you say, I just can't afford it and I'd rather go slow and steady. And I'm a slow and steady person. So I have a whole plan that's rolling out in front of me for 2021. And it's very low cost because we gotta be careful. So anyway, if you have questions, go ahead and post them below. If you want to read my book, it's called Dragons Are Forever, and it's book 6 in the Casino Witch series. I, of course, recommend starting with Of Mages and Murders, or Murders and Mages. Never remember the order. Murders and Mages is the order. So you can start there and you can read them, and they're all free in KU. Otherwise, I will see you guys soon. Happy holidays. Stay safe. Bye.